And so this is the time. I've been talking about mental health. We talk about mental health here on a regular basis. And today I want to continue that conversation. Last week, I was talking about the high number of students in elementary, middle school, all the way to colleges who are expressing a lot of fear about what's going to happen after they graduate or what's going to happen after they finish the school year. What am I going to do? If I'm going to have a master's degree or a bachelor's degree or a certificate or an associate, what am I supposed to do? And this type of fear can be very, very detrimental. Basically, it can lead to somebody questioning their own abilities so much that it leads into depression. And some individuals who don't know how to address depressive moods end up medicating themselves with drugs, alcohol, and other unhealthy behaviors. And so I want to make sure that we understand that as families, we need to start preparing for the summer. If you have younger children, it's important that we plan multiple trips to the university or multiple trips to, again, just visit colleges, other places like that. Because otherwise what happens is if you are not paying attention to your children, what's going to happen is they're going to go into depression. And the natural consequences of that is that, again, you're going to end up losing these kids. The high level of depression can lead to, again, these behaviors that are unhealthy, where these children can harm themselves. And so parents, you're invited, again, plan out those visits to the universities, plan out those visits to, again, camping or other activities. Líderes del Futuro Avanzando is going to have trainings for Latinx youth specifically, who are in middle school and in high school. And so, again, we all need to participate in different trainings. There's plenty of camping activities. There's plenty of summer programs. There's classes at Santa Rosa Junior College, but we need to participate. What we need to understand is this: children learn what they live. And if we don't pay attention to this, then children's behavior, right, becomes the way they perceive the world. And that is an unhealthy way of living. These are the children that later on, when they go on to college and they don't pass the class, they blame the teacher because we gave them the stuff that they didn't even ask for. So there's this beautiful poem, and I'll read part of it, by Dorothy Law Nolte, that says, if a child lives with criticism, he learns to condemn. If a child lives with hostility, he learns to fight. If a child lives with ridicule, he learns to be shy. If a child lives with shame, he learns to feel guilty. If a child lives with tolerance, he learns to be patient. If a child lives with encouragement, he learns confidence. If a child lives with praise, he learns to appreciate. If a child lives with fairness, he learns justice. If a child lives with security, he learns to have faith. If a child lives with approval, he learns to like and love himself. If a child lives with acceptance and friendship, he learns to find love in the world. But what we often do is we provide children with items like cell phones and computers and iPads and video games and everything else that doesn't contribute to self-love or justice. And so you're invited to keep this in mind, right? As we go into the summer, graduation is coming. It is important that we prepare and that we also hold our children accountable, that we teach our children how to take care of their room, how to cook, how to do all of those home activities. And when I say children, I'm not just saying females, but all children need to understand. Because otherwise, we continue this idea that children are kings and queens and princesses, and as a result of that, they don't have to take responsibility for their own behavior and their own actions, because mom, dad, or whomever is taking care of them will forever take care of them. Unconditional love doesn't mean that we do everything for our children. Unconditional love means that we also hold them accountable for their own behavior. It is important that we understand this, but it is important that we have conversations with our children every day, because many of them, again, are suffering in silence. 2 out of every 5 young Latinx girls have seriously thought, planned, or attempted suicide this year. The CDC research was done in 2011 and again in 2015. The problem that we see there is that there is no real research done with boys on this issue, but I am estimated that 3 out of every 5 boys between the ages of 11 and 15 have seriously thought, attempted, or actually committed suicide just this year. And because of COVID, isolation, bullying, and so much more, many more are suffering at this moment. So you're invited to, again, be a parent. And a parent, I spoke at a meeting recently with parents who have 2-year-olds. And when I said all of this to parents, like, be there for your child, a mom raised her hand and she said, you know, I go to work, I do this, I do that. I don't have the time to do a check-in with my child. And while she was expecting a certain level of, yes, I understand, don't worry about it, I had to compassionately say, you chose to be a parent. This is part of the job that you sign up for. And I'm sorry that your partner is not contributing, but it's not the child's fault that you don't have the time. Right? So we need to come together. We need to have these honest conversations so that our children will not suffer, because they are the future of this country. They are the future of this planet. We need to teach them about environmental issues. We need to teach them about social justice. We need to teach them about creating healthy and welcoming spaces for everyone. So you're invited to keep this in mind. You're invited to share this information, because we must take care of each other. And as always, again, it's important to have conversations, because otherwise everybody's suffering in silence, and that is not a way to survive.